Good day, everyone. Welcome to TKC Bible Reading Challenge powered by Grace Bible Mission. I am Bright, and together with me we have.
Orelua.
So we are going to be taking you through the book of Numbers. That's Numbers chapter 13 to 15.
Today we'll be talking about how Moses sent 12 men to go and explore the land of Canaan and how they brought about a very beautiful fruit. The things that they saw there and what God told them before they went. So we'll be seeing how they undermined the promises of God as well, what they did, how they made God angry. And also, we'll be talking about how we should not be afraid of the promises that God had made for us already, because He has a plan ahead. He always has something for us ahead of every promise that He has made for us. And we also saw here that Caleb eventually encouraged them because he was full of faith. So moving to 14, we'll be looking at another complaint as well, how they were able to pick, how they wanted to pick a new leader. Rather, they wanted a new leader because Moses asked them to go and explore the land, and the people were like, oh, this land is not good for us, and so many other things like that. And also there is something that also happened there, like how God sometimes deliver us from something we've escaped from the past, and we still want to put ourselves back into it. Looking at what happened, what they wanted to do, how they wanted to go back to Egypt, and so many other things like that provoked God, which eventually led to a curse. Also, from the chapter 15, we'll now be seeing how God gave a rule for sacrifices, what they are meant to do, how they are meant to go about the sacrifices, how God hates disobedience, and the gravity of the sins that you commit. So I'll be handing over to Bright now to give us a full
So,
review of
so
the whole story.
for the chapter 13, we see the story of the 12 people that were sent to check the land of Canaan.
Yes.
Yes, so we understand that God has made promise to these people, and Moses wants them to go and spy on the land to check how the land is. But then these guys, out of those 12 people, majority of them, the larger percentage of them, they saw these people, but then they forget the promise of God for their life. So they put on their own physical ability. So they look on their own limitations and forgot the promise of God, except for Caleb and Joshua.
Yeah,
that
they
they
were
wanted
the only ones that encouraged them. They even
Yes.
stood up for them and said, "Oh
That they
no,
should take-
you should not do this, because God has been the one on
that
our
made
side."
promise
Yes.
to them, and
So why will you?
the God that made the promise to them knows how they are going to conquer those
Yes.
guys, those people. So because of that, there was a consequence for that. So God had to curse them. They had to curse them and their generation.
But what I got from here is that we should not be afraid of the promises God has made for us. Like, we should have faith in whatever
Yeah, there is a
promises
need for
God has
faith.
made for us, because there is actually an expected end for whatever
Yes.
promises He has for us. He knows that, oh, God actually knows that this is where you are going. This is how these people are. This is how huge they are. This is their creature. This is their being.
Yes,
This
before he
is
made
what
the
they
promise.
are. Before he made the promise.
So
So
you
he
already
actually
know.
knew ahead of them, but then they were so reluctant about
Yeah,
even going further.
they were seeing their own insufficiencies.
Yes.
So this is the message to us as believers. We shouldn't see our own insufficiencies at the expense of God's promise for our life.
Yeah, stop undermining yourself.
Yes,
That
you shouldn't.
I'm too small for this. I'm too small to do this.
Yes, exactly.
I'm too small to go for what
Yeah,
God has intended for me.
because we are not doing this based on our own ability.
Yes.
We are relying on God's strength. So we shouldn't see our own insufficiencies. We have to lay hold on God's promises.
Yeah, oldly on God's promises, because He never fails actually, and whatsoever promise He has made for us, He will definitely fulfill it.
Yes, and we can see the consequence of them saying those kind of words. So all their generation had to perish in the wilderness.
Eventually, yes.
They
because
didn't inherit
there was a
the
cause
promised
that
land.
the generation of those who rebelled against God would perish in the
Perish.
wilderness. So that's something that we should be very, very careful about. Rebellion against God. No, there's a passage in the Bible that says rebellion against God is as the sin of witchcraft. So we should be
Yes,
careful. Rebellion. This thing has always been constant in the lives of the Israelites.
Israelite, they
So
rebel
we should
against
be
God.
careful about rebellion.
So going to
Rebellion.
chapter 14, so we see how the children of Israelites, they planned of going back to Egypt. The plan of
They wanted,
the Egypt
they
that
wanted
God,
to go
that
back to
God
their
saved them from, they planned to go
Ah,
back to
God.
them. So they were planning to select captains that will lead them back to Egypt. You can see the extent of the rebellion against God's promise for them.
God saved you from something that could have killed you, could have made you perish, and you still wanted to go back to it. That's
eat.
like going back to your vomit.
Yes,
This is also a
exactly.
lesson unto us. Don't go back to your vomit if God has saved you. After God has saved us, we should always keep going forward, not
Yeah,
going
we shouldn't
backward.
look back. We shouldn't look
Because
back.
there's nothing for you back where you're going.
Yeah, we should
You're
focus
going,
on God's
you're
promise.
Going, yeah.
We
Should
focus on
focus
God's.
on, because He has greater plans ahead of us.
Yes,
That's the only best thing. We should follow His plans and purpose, and that's the only way we can succeed.
If we can even see from the life of Moses, how Moses is so compassionate. God wanted to ruin the generation of the children of Israel, but Moses had to plead. Despite the fact that God promised to make a new generation out of him, he had to plead to God that God should forgive them. So you can see the life of Moses as a leader. We have to be compassionate concerning our followers. You have to be compassionate. There's a lesson to learn there.
Don't give them what they've done to you. Be ready to show them the love and the compassion, even if they're showing you the wicked side.
Yes, exactly.
Show them the compassionate side. That's a very good lesson to learn from Moses.
Yes, exactly. Because this thing is going to favor Moses, but then it doesn't allow that to cloud his judgment. So he still had to plead to God to help them.
So
going to chapter 15.
Yes, chapter 15. We saw how God gave them rules for new sacrifices.
Yes.
This is what you should do when you are making sacrifices. And also, we saw the effect of disobedience and the gravity of it.
And the gravity of it. You see, from the sacrifice, we need to understand that God is a God of order. So He has laid down principles in which things are being offered to Him. So He had to give them rules. So He had to give them rules on what this is what they are meant to do. This is what they are not meant to do.
God is a God of order.
Yes, He's a God. He's not someone that you just go there and do anyhow before Him. No. So He has His ways. He has His ways and principles that we need to follow as His children.
And we ourselves also, we must also learn to inculcate that in our daily lives.
Yes.
Be a person of order.
Yes.
Be someone that is orderly, not like a disordered person. Yes. Because if you're order, there's some things that might want to go wrong, but since you have everything in order, everything going in line, there's nothing to distract you. There's nothing to take away your gaze from the actual focus that you're going with. So be a person of order. Be orderly.
And we can also see the gravity of rebellion. Rebellion. The man that went against the rule of God and he went to pick wood on the Sabbath day, he had to die. So we see the gravity.
That's very awful.
It's led to die. Rebellion against God led to death. That man had to die. So we need to be conscious of.
Careful.
Yeah, we need to be careful. We need to obey God's instruction to us.
All right. So thank you everyone for listening, and we hope you're able to follow through with these chapters. So in the next episode rather, we'll be talking about rebellion again. Like these people
always rebellion.
Like it's like
the consistency.
Like they've been so consistent with this rebellion thing. Like why the Israelites they were still rebelling, and also we saw how they murmured, they rebelled, they murmured, they did a lot of things. So God had to make something significant so that they can see that yes, I am God.
Yes.
And we will see the duties of the priest. What are they to do and not to do. So see you in our next episode.
Our next episode.
Bye. We love you.
Grace and peace to you.